Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode 117. We have a great show planned for you today. In a moment from now, we'll talk with Roku to learn all about its brand new streaming media players, including one as low as $29 that does not skimp on features. After that, I'll share some early holiday gadget gift ideas as part of this TV work I did last week in LA. I'll share some info on a cool 4K TV, a sleek gaming laptop, and more. And then on the back half of today's Tech It Out, we'll connect with Facebook about its Facebook Marketplace, an increasingly popular way to buy and sell items online. And then finally, one of my favorite tech companies, GoDaddy, will talk about a new suite of tools for small businesses to create and promote an awesome website. That's all coming up and more on this week's Tech It Out. Of course, you know all about Roku, the company that gives you an affordable way to turn your regular TV into a smart TV, and a simple way too. And now that we're into the fall of 2019, you bet the company has unveiled a slew of new devices to suit varying needs and budgets. To tell us all about them, we're joined on the line by Lloyd Clark. He's the Director of Product Management at Roku. Welcome back to the show, Lloyd.
Thanks, Mark. Great to be with you.
Before we get to the new devices, please give us a short refresher on what Roku is all about.
Excellent. Will do. Roku started streaming way back in 2008. We worked with Netflix to make the very first standalone Netflix player for your television. And ever since then, we've been part of this amazing revolution of streaming. And oh my, it's a good time to be in streaming right now.
Of course. Yeah, lots of cord cutting going on. People finding a lot of value, a big value proposition in these services, whether they're like a small fee per month, like maybe $10 for all the TV shows and movies you can watch, like a la Netflix. But there's also some free content as well, like YouTube and many other channels.
Our founders started with the premise that all TV will be streamed, and more that's coming true each and every day. Mm-hmm. On our platform right now, there are over 500,000 TV episodes and movies that you can watch.
That's a lot of content. So Roku is the hardware and the service, right? It's both. It's like both the device, and then you also have, we'll get to it in a moment, you also have TVs that are Roku TVs with it built in. But if you don't have a Roku TV, then you buy like a stick or a box that plugs into your television's HDMI port. You join your Wi-Fi and you're good to go, right?
That's exactly how we started. And that's probably the way people most know us for right now, is that little black box, little stick that attaches to your television. But at the heart of that, you got it right, is some tremendous software. And we designed the software in view of putting it on television. So you'll find Roku TVs from many different manufacturers now on shelves across the country that Roku is powering that television. So whether you already have your own television, you can attach a stick or player, or if you're looking for a new television, we can help you out with that too.
Okay, cool. Before we get to what's new, including new TVs as well as devices that you connect to your existing TV, what would you say, Lloyd, is the secret sauce that Roku has? There are other streamers out there. Let's face it. There's the likes of Chromecast and Fire TV from Amazon and Apple TV. What makes Roku products unique?
We've stayed focused, Mark, and you're right. There's a lot of big companies that we're competing against, some that you've mentioned. But our focus is on three things. One is content. Of course, that's why people want to stream. They want to get to some great shows. So we collect content from across different providers, and we make it easy. That's the next thing, is that we make it simple. This is the kind of product, and I've worked in tech for many years, and so have you. This is the kind of product that you can give to a friend or a relative, and you don't worry about that tech support call coming back to you.
Right. I can vouch for that. My mom's turning 80 in January, and she watches Netflix on Roku. And if she can figure it out, and God bless her, she's really not tech savvy at all. I'm the guy she calls, of course, to help with everything. I never hear a question about Roku. It just works. And I love the voice remote. Like there, you can now say verbally what you want to watch instead of having to, type in some text on that virtual keyboard.
Absolutely. And actually, with our latest software release, there's a bunch of new advancements we've put into search. I'll tell you about those in a few minutes, but I'll talk about some product first.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. So the fall of 2019 is here. Roku, like clockwork, has a bunch of new gadgets just in time for the holidays, of course. So talk to us about what's new from Roku.
Absolutely. Well, the third piece to our focus is value, and we offer a lot of value to customers with prices ranging from $29 to $99. And with streaming becoming mainstream, pardon the pun, we offer a variety of players because really there's a lot of different kinds of streamers. And I'll tell you about two new products that we've added to the lineup this year.
Sure.
And they're at either end of the spectrum. So let's start at the beginning with the brand new Roku Express. Now, at $29, the first Roku Express, when it was introduced, was a very small player with a very small price. This year, we've got a new version of it that's even smaller. So it's 10% smaller, 10% tinier, and 100% more adorable. I got to say, as I've shown products around this product, I've heard the word cute so many times.
All right. Well, what does it look like? Since it's radio, maybe you can explain it. What's the shape like?
Is a very curved product that's designed really just to become part of your television as you put it together with your TV. And it's powerful. You'll get zippy performance as you surf through, the expansive collection of entertainment that we have. But it also uses less power. You can power it off the USB port of your TV if you don't happen to have a wall outlet close by.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, because usually you have to plug the device into the HDMI port, but then you also have to plug the Roku into the wall for power.
So this one you can plug directly into your TV. The vast majority of TVs provide enough power off that USB port. And in the package for $29.99, it's a great starter package. You get the streamer, the player, the remote, batteries. We even include an HDMI cable, so it's a great place to start. It's also a great gift.
Okay, $29. That's a great stocking stuffer price. And that's called the Roku Express?
That's right.
Okay. Then on the other end of the spectrum, your top of the line player, what would that be called?
That's the Ultra, and this is absolutely the top-of-the-line player. This is what Roku does really well, and it is a fantastic player for people who have made that full switch to streaming. And this year's model adds even more performance, more control than we've done before. So if you've made the switch to streaming, if you're a cord cutter, you've cut the cable, if you know that term, and you're watching all your TV through the streamer, you're likely to use multiple channels. So what we've done is we've added a new feature called Fast Channel Launch, which will make launching every channel much, much quicker, so you can get to your content even faster.
And how does that work? Is it like dedicated buttons on the remote? I've seen Roku do that in the past where it's got the little logo of the more popular channels that you want to access. Or is it on the screen?
It's actually software and hardware inside the player, which optimizes the performance of those channels as you launch them on the player. But you mentioned the remote. I want to tell you about a new thing on the remote because there are two new buttons on this remote. So put Fast Channel Launch to the side. We've added two buttons, and Mark, these buttons are for you or for whoever wants to use them because you can program them to do whatever you want them to do. These are called personal shortcut buttons, and you program them like your car radio. Just press and hold it after you give Roku a voice command, and you can do what you want to do with it. You can launch your favorite channel, you can start a favorite music station, you can do whatever you like.
All right, so the two new buttons are the same idea. You can just program each one to create a personal shortcut.
That's exactly right, and that's with the Ultra at $99.
The voice support in the remote, is that there? I would assume so in the Ultra. And is that also there in the entry-level one, or you have to sort of go up the ladder a bit?
For the entry level on the Express, you can use your voice through the mobile app. The mobile app works with all of our players, and it offers voice search, voice commands through the mobile app. It also offers a feature that we've enjoyed a lot at home, and that's private listening. You can plug a set of headphones into your mobile app, into your phone, and then audio is rerouted to your phone so that you don't wake the baby.
All right, just to be clear, the entry-level Roku Express, does it come with a remote at all, or you only use an app on a smartphone or a tablet to control it all?
Thanks for making it clear. It absolutely comes with a remote. Okay. Every player that we sell comes with a remote.
Okay. And then the Roku Ultra, how much does it cost? And I'm assuming that that voice remote is included. And it still works with the app as well?
Yes, it's at $99, comes with an advanced remote that has voice right on the remote and these special personal shortcut buttons.
Okay, and I'm assuming also that the Ultra supports 4K streaming. Does the Express work with 1080p like HD?
The Express is a 1080 player, and as you step up to the Ultra, it's 4K and HDR, so you get great resolution and great color depth.
Okay, cool. We're chatting with Lloyd Clark, Director of Product Management at Roku. Before we wrap up on the Roku soundbar, talk to us a little bit more about the search functionality now built into the new players.
So Roku was first introduced the cross-channel search years ago, and every year we keep making it better. So there's 3 new advancements I want to tell you about with our latest OS rollout. So OS 9.2, which is the version that we're on, is going to make search better for you in 3 different ways. Now, first, if you happen to know what you want to watch and you know exactly what channel it's on, you can just say it. So I'll give you an example. If you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and you watch it on Hulu, you can just say, play Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Hulu, and we'll take you directly to that show. We'll even take you directly to the place where you left off.
Cool.
Second one, if you don't know what you want to watch, but you have kind of an idea, let's say you're in the mood for a comedy, just tell Roku and we'll show you a comedy zone. So as part of your search results, Roku will now offer you zones related to your search. So there's comedy zones, there's drama zones, horror zones, award winner zones, which is a fantastic presentation of content first layout, and you can choose what you want to watch from there.
Okay. And the best website, Lloyd, to learn more about all the new Roku products?
Of course, come on over to Roku.com, and it's all laid out there for you.
All right, ROKU.com. Lloyd Clark, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mark.
This show, Tech It Out, is powered by ASUS. I'll tell you more about them when we return on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back on the Radio America Network.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. This show is powered by ASUS, the company that creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio. That's ASUS.com/US/radio. So as I mentioned earlier in the show, I was in Los Angeles last week doing some TV interviews via satellite. So I'm in one place and we have a satellite truck and I'm beamed to morning shows across the U.S. I have a table of products that the theme last week, they call it TikTok Tech, how, counting down the days until Christmas. I know, don't roll your eyes, 80 odd days still till the gift giving season, but looking at what's trending into the fall, maybe getting some deals on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. And so I thought I'd share with you some of the highlights. I received a lot of comments on social media when I uploaded some photos and videos from this set. So let's start off with the big guns. I had with me a Samsung Q80R QLED Smart 4K TV. I know that's a mouthful. Q, by the way, in QLED TVs, that stands for quantum dots. It combines vivid colors with brilliant brightness to deliver a stunning picture. And you know that 4K TVs means that they have 4 times the resolution or 4 times as many dots that make up the picture compared to an HD TV. So very, very detailed. Also with this TV, it has something called direct full array local dimming. So it adds fantastic contrast. That's the difference between the whitest whites and the deepest blacks. That really adds to help some depth to the picture. This TV also has ultra wide viewing angles and no glare, so there's not a bad seat in the room. The Samsung One remote that you get with it, it has voice command support, so you can actually say what you want to watch into the remote instead of typing it through. That's handy with smart TVs because you sometimes, with the smart TVs available today, you have to open up a virtual keyboard on the screen of the TV and then manually type out what you want to watch by using the remote. So you know the drill. You have to, press the letter S, for example, and then you have to move the right cursor on the remote over, 6 times to hit the letter L, and then you move it back left times to hit that letter E, that kind of thing. So you don't have to do that with this TV. So Samsung's Q80R TVs start at $19.99. They're not the least expensive QLED TVs out there, but this is a top-of-the-line model that goes all the way up to 80-odd inches. Really cool. Next up, I showed a laptop called the Dell G315. It's perfect for budget-conscious gamers looking for some serious performance. It's what Dell calls a no-compromise laptop because it's got a gorgeous screen, fast processor, sleek design, and relatively low price. As you likely know, on the design side, gaming laptops are often much thicker and heavier than traditional laptops because you've got all that extra horsepower under the hood, or you pay through the nose for them. them. So they can be close to $2,000 and up for a gaming PC because you want the latest specs. But this laptop is only $799 to start. That's very good for a gaming PC. Again, it's called the Dell G315. It also has this cool feature called Game Shift mode, where you can amp up the power just with the click of a button. So you're playing a game like Fortnite and you need a bit of an edge, you can amp up the processor whenever you need it. So again, that's the Dell G315. 15 does refer to the screen size at 15 inches. If you're just joining us now, I'm talking about some early Christmas gadget gift ideas. I did a series of TV interviews last week from Los Angeles, so I'm sharing with you some of the products that I showed on TV. I first talked about a new Samsung television, now a Dell laptop, a gaming laptop. And speaking of gaming, Gears 5 from Microsoft is one of the best games of 2019. If you are shopping for yourself or a loved one and they have a computer or an Xbox One, consider picking up Gears 5 if the gamer that you're buying for is at least 17 years of age or older, because it is rated M for mature. It delivers cutting-edge action, stellar graphics, the largest maps ever in a Gears of War game, and upgradable characters. There's a ton of meat here. There's so much to play. 5 thrilling modes covering both solo and multiplayer matches. And then in the multiplayer department, you can play cooperatively, co-op mode with somebody beside you or online, or competitively you can compete, which is really cool. So Gears 5 is an awesome sci-fi action game for both Xbox One and Windows PCs. I also showed, now this is something that I would really like, I'll tell you why in a moment, but I also showed the My Passport drive from WD. These are ultra portable hard drives that are very slim and stylish. They're about the size of a deck of cards, and they now come in a range of vibrant new colors. But the idea is it's a portable hard drive, so that means you don't have to plug it into the wall. You just simply plug it into the PC or Mac, and it gets its power from the USB ports, so you don't need to plug it into the wall or anything like that. Now they come in storage capacities up to 5 terabytes. That's huge. That's 5,000 gigabytes. To put that into perspective, an iPhone that you may have may only be, say, 128 gigabytes of storage. So this is 5,000 in something the size of a deck of cards that lets you back up even more of your irreplaceable photos and videos, music, and documents wherever life takes you. Again, it's a portable drive. You don't have to look for an outlet. The prices start at $79 for the 1 terabyte version and then goes up from there. Again, it's called the WD or Western Digital My Passport drive. Finally, I showed something from Leapfrog, a company that always reinvents educational gaming for little ones. They have a new handheld device called Rocket Twist, and it's ROCKIT, and it's for kids ages 4 through 8, so preschool up to second grade or so. And it offers a unique way to play games, and no Wi-Fi is needed. Kids can twist, turn, play, and learn with 4 sides of these light-up controls that includes buttons and dials, a spinner, a slider, and more. And, parents like that because it's important for kids to also have that dexterity, that physical interaction with toys, not just a screen. There is a screen, of course, because there's 12 preloaded games that will help kids learn literacy, math, problem solving, and creativity, but I like that there's also a tactile part to it as well. So as you can see, I had some fun last week playing around with some gadgets, gear, and games. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out. Stay with us.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
The internet is a blessing for those who like to buy and sell items, as it connects buyers with sellers really easily. And there's a few online marketplaces to choose from. But have you considered the world's biggest social media platform to sell your unwanted stuff or to snag a great deal on something? To talk with us about Facebook Marketplace, we're joined by Deborah Liu. She's the VP of Marketplace at Facebook. Welcome to the show, Deb. Thanks for your time.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here, Mark.
Awesome. So let's just jump in right from the top. What is Facebook Marketplace all about?
Well, what's exciting is we're celebrating the 3rd anniversary of Marketplace tab launching. So 3 years ago, we had this idea that we could bring together a place where people can buy and sell with each other. And so what we did was we launched this product. It actually started with sale groups. We found all of these mom groups where people were buying and selling with each other, kind of their used kid stuff. And we realized there was something here. And so we started by putting it together in one place and allowing people to list from groups and then directly, and then they can buy and sell right here in the Facebook app.
And it makes sense. People are congregating already on Facebook, so why not have that as the platform for buying and selling stuff? So I get that. So walk us through what it's like as a buyer. Maybe you can just sort of walk us through the process, how you get going.
Yes, so you come to Facebook and you go to the Marketplace tab and you can search for whatever you want. We also suggest really interesting things near you. You could filter by distance and price, and then you just message the seller to arrange the buy.
And you mentioned on the app, but does it also work on the website, facebook.com, like the desktop version?
Yeah, we also have Marketplace available in desktop as well, so it's really easy to get to. Again, you can just search for Marketplace by typing Marketplace in the search box, or on the bookmarks, you can see a Marketplace entry point as well.
Okay, so as a buyer, I'm in search of, a secondhand crib. So I go to the Facebook Marketplace and I can do a search either by product name by typing that in, or I could look at some groups around me, like so I can physically go and drive and pick up that crib. So it's not someone miles and miles away. That's the idea. You could do by keyword, or there's certain categories you can start at, like browse.
Yes, you can browse things around you, but you can also search for very specific products.
Right.
I like to start with just browsing and seeing what's available. And then if there's something specific you want to buy, you can actually just search for it.
Okay, got it. All right. Now, as a seller, Deb, what's the process like? I've got a basement full of stuff or a garage, and why not make some money in the process?
Yeah, so what we do is right in the same place, you can click the sell button. You snap a photo, put in a good description, and then name your price, and it'll be shown to people around you.
It's that easy. You make it sound really simple.
Yes, that easy. And it only takes a few minutes. In fact, what's really interesting is people just see it around you. They can communicate with you through Messenger, and you never have to leave Facebook and Messenger or download a separate app. And so you start getting contacts almost immediately.
Okay, cool. I was going to ask you about that. So Facebook Messenger is such a popular chatting platform that it makes sense that that's one of the advantages to using Facebook Marketplace is that you can easily chat back and forth. Maybe you want to negotiate on the price, or maybe you want to arrange where to meet somebody. So that's something that's built into the platform, right?
Yeah, it's built straight into Messenger. And so it's really easy that you can get all of your messages from anyone who's interested in buying your product.
So with that in mind, then, Deb, we are chatting with Deborah Liu. She's the Vice President of Marketplace at Facebook. We're talking about selling and buying items over the world's biggest social media platform. What are some of the other ways that Marketplace is maybe better than, if, that's my language, not yours, than the likes of a Craigslist or Letgo? Kijiji is popular, especially in parts of Canada, or OfferUp. These other online classified sites. Why use Facebook Marketplace?
Well, I can't speak to what others are doing. What people have told us they find really convenient is it's all in an app they're already using. And you can actually see someone's public profile, including friends you have in common, maybe groups that you have in common. You can also see how long they've been on Facebook as well. And so you can really get to know someone even before you meet up and to trade the item. So if you're selling a car, or you're renting out a place, or you're selling products, it's really helpful to know the other people is a real person who's going to come and meet you and do a transaction.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I've bought and sold things on other online classified sites. You have to set up an account. The person may not be using their real name or picture, so you never really know who you're going to meet. But with Facebook, you're leveraging your existing profile. You can't create another one, right? An anonymous one. Yeah. So that way there's a little bit more built-in trust there. Plus, you can also check out a person's profile before deciding to sell or buy with them, right?
Yeah, so you can see everything that they have shared on their profile, and therefore you can actually build a level of trust. And you can also know it's them when you meet up with them, because you can, they have a profile picture, so you know that it's the right person as well.
Right. Okay, got it. And then finally, Deb, can people really make money here? Like I painted the scenario of saying, okay, hey, the fall is here, and you may want to get rid of some things that you've got in cupboards or closets or a basement if you've got one. But can people really turn their unwanted items into money? Have you heard these kinds of stories?
So I'm a big Marketplace user myself. I've used it to actually sell like excess toys and extra cooking equipment. And also my husband sold our family minivan. And even help list a extra room for rent on Marketplace, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's definitely possible to actually be able to sell things and make thousands of dollars in your spare time. And it only took a little bit of time to do that. But also, we've met a lot of people who've actually created side businesses or made a substantial amount of money on Marketplace. There was one woman who's an accountant, and by night she's actually sold thousands of houseplants on Marketplace, and she's created her own side business as a feng shui plant expert. And so she's actually helping people really improve their lives through plants. And she's created a huge following on Marketplace.
I love that side hustle. That's pretty cool. And just to be clear, it's not like eBay where you're going to ship the product to somebody. You will meet up locally. Any tips tied to that? I mean, usually when I write articles about online classified sites, I always say to bring a friend along or meet in a public place like a coffee shop, anything like that?
Yeah, I think bringing a friend along makes a lot of sense. Also making sure that you've had a conversation, you know where you're meeting up, meeting a safe place, a public place is also very useful. And then also keeping yourself safe by making sure that you do your due diligence before you meet up.
Right. Yep. Research is king. Got it. Okay, great. Deborah Liu, thank you so much for your time. Deborah Liu is the VP of Marketplace at Facebook. Is there a website you'd like to direct us to? Is it facebook.com/marketplace for a web browser?
Yes, facebook.com/marketplace.
Okay, and then in the app, can you clarify again how to find Marketplace inside the Facebook app for mobile phones and tablets?
So if you just search Marketplace in the search box, you'll find it.
Okay, Deb, thank you very much for your time. Have a great fall. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to Tech It Out. When we return, we're going to chat with GoDaddy. This program is powered by Western Digital and its super rugged G Technology branded Armor ATD hard drives. Check it out at g-technology.com. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Check It Out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to the show. It's never been easier to create a compelling website and promote it, thanks in part to GoDaddy. And here you only thought that was the place to go to for registering a domain name, right? Like marksaltzman.com. Well, they go above and beyond that. Joining us on the line to talk about a collection of tools called Websites Plus Marketing, we're joined on the line by Lauren Antonoff. She's the Senior Vice President and General Manager of the Presence and Commerce Group at GoDaddy. Welcome to the show, Lauren.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Before we talk about Websites Plus Marketing, which is a suite of tools, as I said, to help you get up and running, tell us a bit about GoDaddy. What do our listeners already know about the company and maybe something they don't know?
Most people know GoDaddy as one of the largest domain providers in the world. We have over 19 million customers that we help get online and get started in creating their businesses. But what a lot of people don't know is that we've come much, much further to helping people actually take their businesses and engage with customers and get their business and presence online across a full range of website and social media, email marketing, and a whole range of activities that help them get their businesses going.
Right. E-commerce, the ability to sell stuff. Yeah. So that leads us nicely into this suite of tools, GoDaddy's Websites Plus Marketing. So obviously that encompasses creating the site, but as well as supporting it going forward. So for those listening who do run a business, and I know we do have many SMBs or small and medium-sized businesses tuning in, tell us about this product or this collection of tools.
So we know that when people start with a website, what the problem they're really trying to go after is how they can attract and engage their customers. And so we decided to design a product that would really look at that problem holistically. Instead of just looking at the output at the website, we looked at the impact that you're trying to have with that website, how you really show up online in all the places that matter. So how you show up in social media, how you show up on the web, how you get found. And then how you take those people that find you and actually drive engagement and drive business with them. Mm-hmm. And that's how we came up with Websites Plus Marketing. And it brings together all those different pieces you need in one experience. It's one of the easiest ways to make a website, but it also gives you guidance in how to go from just that basic website to get your information in all of those places that actually help you drive results.
Okay, so with the first part in mind, creating the site, it's really easy now. I mean, you don't have to have any coding knowledge or anything, any graphic design experience. You've got these tools that let you create a site and even see what it looks like on, say, a mobile phone, because chances are the majority of your traffic is going to be on a mobile device like a smartphone or a tablet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. People are really shocked at how easy it is to use. We've had everything from, novice users who really aren't comfortable with computers in general to like kids, helping out a parent with a project or working on a school project, try it out. And people are shocked that really within a matter of minutes, people can get something up and running and working. Most of our customers actually are able to get a site online in under an hour.
Okay. And then how is it that easy? Is it just like templates that you click through? Is it like photos that you've got access to from Getty and other places? And is it like drag and drop? Or maybe you can walk us through, since it's radio, just like how you create a site from scratch. You choose a theme first?
Yeah. So there's two ways to start. One is that you can pick a template. So start from something that looks like something that you'd want, or you can just dive in. And if you just dive in, what you tell us is what kind of business you are and what the name of your business is. And we actually dynamically build an appropriate template for that business using the both the appropriate images and the appropriate content for that type of business. And so whether you start with a template or whether you just jump in and get started, we are creating that basic starter site. And then as you manipulate it, we let you visually choose what actually makes sense to you. So rather than dragging and dropping and trying to arrange things on a page, you're looking at a section of content and saying, is that the section, is that the type of information that's appropriate for my business? Is that what I want to talk about on my website? If you don't want it, you can take it off. If you want to add another chunk of content, you can go and select one of those. And then for that chunk of content, if you want to change how it looks, you can actually choose from a visual gallery that just shows you those different looks and pick the one that feels like you.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you can import your own photos and all that stuff that you would expect.
Absolutely.
And I can tell you anecdotally, I mentioned off the top as an example, my own website, marksaltzman.com, which I did create using GoDaddy, that I recently added a new page to my site because I held a contest on this radio show and I had to have a page with all the terms and conditions. It took me seriously like 10 minutes to create the new page, add the text that I wanted, upload a couple of photos, and then click publish. And then it was live immediately. I mean, it's so intuitive, and you don't have to rely on a company to go back to and say, okay, I've got these modifications I need you to do. You can just go in, even on a mobile phone, and do it all yourself. Super easy.
I'm glad you had that experience. That's really our focus. Our focus is on helping people get results. And in order to do that, you can't get stuck on things. It's got to be really easy to do the things that are going to matter most in your business.
We'll continue our chat with GoDaddy when we return on Tech It Out. But first, a thank you to the title sponsor of this program, ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. They also own, by the way, the ROG, or Republic of Gamers brand, and all that awesome gaming gear and accessories. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. Before we take this short break and continue our talk with GoDaddy, if you have any suggestions for an upcoming Tech It Out episode, maybe you've got a guest in mind, even yourself, maybe you run a small business, you got a startup, anything like that, you can hit me up on email at tech@marksaltzman.com, tech@marksaltzman.com. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out. Stay with us.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We're chatting with Lauren Antonoff. She's the SVP and General Manager of the Presence and Commerce Group at GoDaddy. All right, now let's talk about the second part of the equation, which is promoting your site and working with search engine optimization tools and getting that all going once you've created the site. Please talk to us about something called GoDaddy Insight.
So Insight is an experience that we created to help people understand how they're really doing. You do all this work, and the question is like, is it working? Am I doing a good job? And we asked ourselves, well, what's the best way to help people understand if that's true, if it's working? And so we took data from millions of customers and we compared that data and we looked at performance indicators, whether people were showing up to your site, whether people were engaging with you on social media, whether people were purchasing things. And we looked at all those data points and we can actually compare for your type of business and your geography, how you compare to other people in your industry. So you can get a real indicator of what you're doing. And then we can take it one step further and saying, well, you're doing okay. You're about average. But the people who are doing better, here's some things that they're doing that you haven't done yet, that you should be doing.
That's great.
And so that's how we go from the insight to the action plan.
And just to be clear, this is all anonymous info, right? Like when you're
fully anonymized data.
Okay, cool. And then I understand also that you can link your site to places like Etsy or eBay or Amazon to sell items. Can you talk to us a bit about that before we wrap up?
Yeah, we've had a big focus from the beginning on helping customers show up everywhere that matters. And in the beginning, the first thing we were thinking about was, show up on Facebook and Google so you can get found. But what we found is that what matters even more to our customers is that they can get their products sold in the places people are looking for those products. So we launched a new capability called Marketplaces that helps you take the products in your online store and make them available in places like Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. It's a really easy way to manage your products across all those different places.
And that's built into this tool, into the
It is
web.
built to our commerce edition. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. So with that in mind, Lauren, why don't we just chat about costs and where we can learn more about websites plus marketing?
Well, first, you can get started for free. We have a 30-day free trial. And our prices range from about $10 to $25 for the full set of commerce capabilities.
I guess for a call to action, it's just simply GoDaddy.com.
GoDaddy.com. You got it.
Okay, and I see right at the top of the page, kind of in the center, it has the words website plus marketing. So you can actually click on that and then get going. Amazing. Thank you so much, Lauren. I appreciate it. I've enjoyed chatting with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
For the remaining minutes we have on Tech It Out this week, I thought I'd answer some mail from listeners. You can also, as I mentioned earlier, write me an email at tech@marksaltzman.com, or you can hit me up on social media. I'm on all the major platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, if you have a tech question. I received one that says, Mark, I'm in the market for a new TV, but I don't know what the difference is between OLED and QLED. All right, both OLED TVs and QLED TVs offer a superior picture to regular LCD or liquid crystal display-based televisions, even if they have what's called LED backlighting, so just better lighting. These newer TVs that have OLED or OLED screens, organic light-emitting diode televisions, they do offer a superior picture. They give you unprecedented contrast levels, the difference between the darkest blacks and whitest whites. These televisions are super thin. Each pixel or dot is its own light source, so no backlighting is required. And along with sharp color, they also are more energy efficient than regular TVs. But as I mentioned, they do cost more, and you don't have a lot of TV makers that make OLED televisions. There's LG and Sony primarily. Other TV makers like Samsung and Vizio are offering televisions powered by quantum dot technology. These are microscopic dots as small as 1/1,000,000th of a meter that make up the picture. And these TVs really excel in the color department, with a more true-to-life color palette. Samsung's QLED or quantum dot TVs are also brighter and with better contrast levels compared to older LED backlit televisions. They're not as thin as OLED TVs, but they do generally cost less than OLED. You can't really go wrong with either of these options, by the way, whether you go with OLED or QLED, because they are fantastic looking televisions. And then we didn't even get into the resolution story, the 4K, 4 times the resolution or 4 times the pixels or dots to make up the image, which means it's got super detail. It's so lifelike. It's like slipping on a pair of prescription glasses for the first time. Anyhow, you can write me anytime, tech@marksaltzman.com. That's MarkSaltzman.com. Well, that's it for this week's Tech It Out. I hope you've enjoyed the show. This program is powered by ASUS. They're the title sponsor on this program. You can go to asus.com/US/radio to see their huge selection of ZenBook laptops and VivoBooks and other kinds of computers and accessories and their gaming gear, and the list goes on and on. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. Next week, we also have a great show planned for you with several guests lined up. All the best. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you next time on Tech It Out on the Radio American Network. Bye-bye.